Okay, so what's up everybody? Dave here, and today I'm going to share you guys about the exam review. And the index, what I'm going to talk about is I'm going to introduce the function, like just some important words, something. After that is algebra, quadratic expression, standard to vertex to factor, which is I'm going to show you that chart later. After is trigonometry and sinusoidal function. So introduced to function, well, the first thing that we have to understand is the domain and range, mapping diagram, vertical line test, transformation, vertical compressed, vertical reflection, decomposing, and great common factor. So domain and range base used as x and y mapping diagram, basically like what does the question give you the number, and then we just need to connect them by using lines. After that is vertical line test, which means like you draw a vertical line and then see if it is a quadratic relation or not. And then after that is transformation, basically moving up and down, left or right. And then it's vertical compression, like stretch or compressed, and then vertical reflection, like open up and down. And then it's decomposing, like decomposition, and after that is great common factor. And then those questions that I just pick from randomly from the book, and then expand and simplified, basically we are going to use for you. And if I will show you my Kahoot question later, and it contains all this type of questions, and then it is a very useful for doing on a test. After this, we have to remember the factor. For this type of factor, we have to remember that, be aware that we have to find two numbers that is plus together equal, like for example as like number 2, like two number plus together is 17, and multiply them is -8, right? So this one is very kind of difficult to solve this question, because like it doesn't have any great common factor, right? So which means we have to find out by ourselves. After that is finding 0, also same as like factoring, so it is like similar things. After that is find maximum or minimum, 0 and axis of symmetry. Just take a look at number 4. Fx equal to x squared plus 18 squared plus 16. Okay, so in order to do these questions, let's just take a look at this this equation. It has the great common factor as 2, and if we take 2 out, which is the thing left inside is x squared plus 9x plus 8. And then the order to do this question is to find out 0 first, and then axis of symmetry. After that, we put the we use the amount. We plus two zeros together, divide by 2, which is the axis symmetry, and I already calculated is negative 4.5. And then we put negative 4.5 back into the equation, and we have the answer is negative 24.5, I believe. After that, use the quadratic formula and to use the composition with b squared minus 4ac. And if you see the answer, see a value that is inside the square root, and it is negative, and then basically it means no solution at all, no matter it has the beta number around the square root. But if you see like the negative value inside the square root, basically which means like no more solution for that. Also same thing as the number 6b squared minus 4ac equal if equals to a negative number, and which means it has no roots at all, because similar thing as the quadratic formula, and it just like have no solution when it has like negative inside the square root. After that is this chart. Well, we have to remember it every single step clearly, like how to change from standard form to vertex and to factor, right? And those things we always talks about that, so hope you can remember that and then you can do well on the test. And after that, I'm going to talk about the sine law, cosine law, Pythagorean theory, 180, and SOHCAHTOA, which is trigonometry. And solving question using sine law formula, well, first one need to be aware that when you are finding an angle by using this formula, you have to always press the second, on your calculator there's a second button, and a second plus like cosine, sine, tangent, whatever you want to use. And after that is the formula. This is the formula: A over sine A equal B over sine B equals C over sine B. And this is the trigonometry questions to find out A. And then you also can see this question in my Kahoot questions. And the sine law, finding sine B. After that is the cosine law formula, and those things just like change together. Also have to be aware that when you are finding the angles, make sure that you are like pressing -1, second cosine something, and then to find out the angle, right? After that is the solve the triangle just by using the sine law, cosine law, yes. And then to solve the triangle also include in my Kahoot question, you can check it out. Find AB, whatever. And then after is sinusoidal function, which is like more like the vertex form that we learned before. So A in the sinusoidal function, it's more like open smile or open frowny face, right? And it has like C and D basically like moving up, like D is for move up and down, C is for moving up and right. So mostly like the vertex form. After that, we are going to do some key vocab. Also, peak is the top point of the graph. Trough is the lowest point of graph. Period is like from they have scale like from one point to another point. And cycle, it's almost like same thing. Similar thing as periods, like from a starting point and then to another end point, and start with the same place and go over again. That's a cycle. After that it's the equation of the axis. So it's the maximum value plus minimum value divided by 2. That's the equation of the axis. Amplitude is direction from distance from the axis to the top of the graph. And the sine function basically like similar to the sinusoidal function, so I will not going to explain that. After that is this sinusoidal function question. I already posted that to the Kahoot, so you can try out by yourself, and I already have the answer that sent you already. And that's it.